In many places around the world, you don't get the opportunity to experience winter. You might think you're missing out on all the rosy-cheeked fun, the hot chocolate, skiing, sledding, and snowball fights, and at first glance, you might think that Snow Fortress by Mythical City is a charming way to experience just a little bit of that winter wonder for yourself. And you're right, just not in the way you might think. As I write this, it is 6 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Black ice is everywhere, and simple tasks like getting to work turn into Herculean journeys full of frustration and pain. Snow Fortress tries its hardest to capture the fun and whimsy of winter, but instead delivers the annoyance and anger of the worst parts of the season. There are 3 different ways to play, what I'll call Basic, Survival, and Fortress. In Basic, you're presented with a series of fortresses guarded by snowmen. They're lobbing snowballs at you from behind their towers, and you're returning the favor. Your goal is to knock them down, which you can accomplish by a direct hit or by knocking pieces of their fortress into them. You have a short period of time before each round to build your fortress, to give yourself cover from the oncoming barrage. To access the other play modes, you must progress a bit and unlock them. It's a simple enough setup, but there are some real problems. To make a snowball, you just pull the trigger button, and a snowball slowly forms at your fingertips. Seems convenient. However, to move the blocks that make up your fortress, you use the trigger button to grab the blocks and move them, which you can do at any time. If you're like me, this means you're more often than not grabbing chunks of your fortress and throwing them by accident. In addition, while you can accidentally throw your snowballs into your own fortress, damaging the blocks that make it up, your opponents have no such limitations, apparently being able to phase their snowballs right through their own constructions. There's a survival mode, which is a wave shooter dressed up as a snowball fight, and Fortress, which is a tower defense in which you can take over as the different snowmen that you place in your own tower. But with the grabbing issues I mentioned before, you never know if you're going to move a block, move your snowman, or throw a snowball. There's also a multiplayer mode in which... oh wait, no there isn't. There's nothing satisfying about the throwing, nor does it feel particularly skillful. You just end up throwing over and over and over again. It's repetitive stress injury, the game. There are also fun little quirks, like not being told what button accesses the menu, it's the triangle by the way, and an odd little habit of not always saving your progress. You end up with a game that's something less of a game and more of a confusing, glitching, and irritating reminder of how much I hate winter. The creators attempted to give me a sense of nostalgia for the winters of my youth, but what it really does is harken back to the bad old days of Wii shovelware, and that's a winter memory I'd be happier forgetting.